Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because the infinite money glitch is back, bigger than ever. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to this channel. And today we have a sponsor, Private Internet Access, VPN, which I will talk about in a bit. Guys, the infinite money glitch was something that happened last summer during, in which you could deposit a check into Chase banks. And the ATMs gave you instant credit for that. And people did crazy things where they would take out thousands of dollars, they would transfer to other accounts. My favorite was when people would put a check in for 80 grand and they would write a check from themselves too, guys. They would basically fraudulently write a bad check, put it in their account, they would instantly get credit for it, and then they would go and buy themselves a car. People went out and transferred the money to, different dealerships. Then these people would drive the cars across state line and sell the cars. Maybe the car was worth 80 grand. Then get 50,000 in cash and you're out. Now the only problem was that's a felony festival. It is so illegal and these people got in so much trouble and hundreds of people got arrested for this. Now, step forward a year later and the New York City Community Development Program has a youth program where they teach kids money and responsibility. And they employ 100,000 kids throughout the summer. And these kids get part-time jobs doing everything from working at the park to different locations, but they do different things for money. Well, what they do then is give them an ATM card. And the debit card, they can then take and they can take their money. Okay, I made $180 this week. They can go to an ATM and they could take the money out and they could learn fiscal responsibility and balance their money. The only problem with it was somebody figured out if you stuck the ATM inside, if you use the ATM card in any random machine, you could basically request any amount of money that you wanted to. So let's say you had $400 on your card, you could get 200, and then it will allow you to take more and more and more. Now, this went viral on TikTok, the app. And what bad guys did, and nefarious bad people, was they stepped it up even bigger. Not only did the people that had the cards go to the different banks and withdraw the money, these people sold the cards. Let's just say people of an organized crime sense contacted these kids and say, I will buy your card for $5,000. Really? Well, how do I get a new card? You just request a new card in a week after we're done. So people were getting paid as much as $5 grand to give their cards up and give me your password, give me your PIN code, things like that. And people would go to the ATMs and just withdraw money. Now, this happened over a 3-day period. It went viral on the social media sites and these people kept talking about this to where they stole millions of dollars. $17 million was stolen from New York City in 3 days. Now, I am like a lot of people. I think New York City is run by a den of idiots. They're going to vote that communist into office in November, and everybody's going to go, how did this happen? Because we're effing stupid. That's how it happened. So mark my words, the divestiture of investments, businesses leaving, real estate collapsing, no one cares, okay? This youth program that allowed such a glitch is just another example of a poorly run, hierarchy. Nobody caught this. Nobody knew that you could go to an ATM machine and take out any amount you wanted to. One guy took out $43,000. Now, most of the programs have it set up with a $200 max withdrawal because you want to teach somebody financial responsibility. Let's say the guy's got $400 in his account. You want to be able to give him $200. Well, if you keep putting the card back in, it keeps allowing you to take money out. Some people, they anticipate, were there 3 hours taking money out of the same ATMs, and it never shut them down. People would go to banks, the banks would run out of money, and they would go to a different location and do the same thing over and over and over again. Now, the kids, some of them are like, they committed this felony, okay, and they're in big trouble. But some of the kids sold the cards. I don't know who has my card. I lost it, okay? I just happened to write the PIN on it. That was pretty stupid. So, guys, who's going to pay for this? The taxpayers of New York City. So, again, a wild program. And I mean, I love stuff like this. Kids need to learn financial and fiscal responsibility. But man, oh man, oh man, think about this. Think of the millions of dollars. Think about $17 million taken out of the ATMs in 3 days. And of course, because these felons are felons and stupid and criminals and street thugs, they bragged about it and filmed themselves doing this. So craziness, guys, craziness. So will people get in trouble? You know they won't. You know that the taxpayers of New York City is just another bill that you guys get to pay. So remember that. Remember that when you don't have certain services and things like this. But there were 100,000 of these cards out there on the street. Do they issue new cards? What do they do? What do they do? So if a kid, let's say a kid accidentally did lose his card during this time, is he going to be accused of selling the card and letting thugs take it over? Who knows? Who knows? But man, it's so bad, but it's funny at the same time because what idiot wouldn't catch on this, you know? But again, I think bureaucrats are lazy. I think bureaucrats are reactive very slowly. So when you have a day that you have millions of dollars taken out, $5 million taken out of your accounts, wouldn't you sit there and go, hey, guys, I think we're going to be overdrawn. I think we're going to have a problem. No, they just sent a bill to the city. So $17 million was stolen over 3 days, over the weekend, and the infinite money glitch is back. So I'm telling you guys, this is just another debacle, another black eye on New York City. But again, you know, well, we're going to arrest these people. People are going to be accountable for this. Will they? Will they? Will they? Okay. Because kids are like, hey, I don't know what happened to my card. I don't know. Well, your card was responsible for $12,000 worth of withdrawals. Really? Oh, that's interesting. I'm sorry. When do I get in my next paycheck? Think about this. People are still going to want to get paid this week. So every 2 weeks you get paid with this program. It's an absolute disaster. Let me know what you think so far. Let's take a moment and talk about our sponsor, Private Internet Access VPN. A VPN is a virtual private network. And what it does, it makes it so that from whatever device you're on and any website that you go to, you're completely private. You're encrypted. Now, Private Internet Access has been with us now for 3 years as a sponsor. And they have given us a tremendous deal where it's 83% off the regular price. It is literally pennies a day to get this. But I'm telling you guys, when you log into your bank, when you go to your pension, from your home computer, or when you're traveling, you need to be on a VPN. It just is so safe. We hear time after time of all these different hackings. But I want you guys to understand something. There's no hardware to install. It's incredibly easy. All you do, on like my cell phone here, you press one button. When it turns green, you're totally protected. So I can surf the net and not worry about the bad guys, not worry about the government, not worry about anybody watching what I'm doing. Your search history is hidden. It's fantastic. You know, my cousin was traveling around the Georgia-Florida border over the weekend, and he wanted to watch the Angel game that I was at, and he changed his location with his VPN so he could watch the game and be considered local. Very cool. My daughter over the weekend loves Formula One. She could go to the European TV stations and change her locations to watch the Formula One race. It's great for Netflix. Check it out today. Use this QR code if you don't want to use the link below to sign up for it. It's incredibly easy. But guys, this is something that they've given us this tremendous deal on. It covers every device in your home, from your cell phone, your laptop, your personal computer. Everybody in the household's covered under one plan. Check it out today. Private Internet Access. Use the link below. Contact them today. Save 83%. There's more news to cover. NASA offered its employees buyouts. How many people work at NASA? Oh gosh, probably 1,000, right? Wouldn't you think that? How about 17,000? They offered buyouts to NASA employees. I mean, you understand how bloated some of these organizations are? Now I understand. You got people going to space and things like that with NASA, but they had 17,000 people work there. They offered buyouts to people. 4,000 people have taken them up on this. 4,000. That is crazy, guys. So they're going to reduce their workforce by like 24% right now. So I am telling you this right now, guys. If you are ever offered a buyout, you need to seriously take it right now, because there's a lot of people that are getting sent packing right now with lunch money, and they're not getting anything remotely close to what they need. Saw a great story about people retiring, and a guy was 64 years old, and his thing was, here's all the things I didn't know I had to pay for in my retirement. I'm telling you guys, it's like home ownership, it's retirement, it's moving to a new city, moving to a new house. Think of everything you have to purchase, and people just don't get it. Oh, my rent is the same. Well, is it? You got to get everything new. You got to do all this stuff that people just don't realize. But when you retire, all the expenses that people don't think about, that they're instantly responsible for. So, with that being said, it's kind of interesting. Allianz, Allianz, the life insurance company, they just had a huge cyber attack, and they got hit with 1.4 million people's data got stolen. So again, have you ever signed up for life insurance and given them everything about you? You know, everything. I mean, seriously. I mean, they know it all about you. They have your medical records, they've got your health records, they've got everything about you and your spouse and everything else. Yeah, that's just disastrous. So with that being said, they got hit with a cyber attack. Again, guys, I am telling you this right now. That VPN, get that VPN. It doesn't protect you from idiots like an Allianz that have IT departments and they let people rip them off. But you need to understand that when you go to different sites and the hackers are there, you need to protect yourself. It's just that simple. Here's a couple things I'm going to follow up on very soon. I was just sent that there's a story that the Los Angeles Fire Department is suing Governor Gavin Newsom here in California for dereliction of duty by not turning the water on in the fire areas. You know, the LA Fire Department has gotten a lot of heat over the last 6 months since those fires ravaged, and they were blamed for not putting things out faster, response times, everything like that. They went to certain areas that had no water. So they made the decision in some areas, I'm paraphrasing this, where why go to this area when they have no water? Why not go here? There was areas of the Eaton fire where they didn't show up for 3 days after things started burning. Okay? It's crazy. So Gavin Newsom's getting sued for $400 million right now. There is an EBT card, which is basically a food card for low-income people. Well, there are some families that can't feed their kids during the summer, and the Sunbucks card is a card that's designed so if you have children during the summer months, they get to eat during this time. It's a great program. And in San Diego County, they realized that some people went to go use their cards and the contractor had been hacked. And with the hacking, hundreds of thousands of dollars was stolen from some of these people. And in one incident, one office had $60,000 worth stolen from people's credit cards, where the people were in San Diego and the cards were used in Texas. How does that happen? How did people in California miraculously time travel to Texas to buy stuff? So tragic, again, kids in summer that can't eat. It's horrible. It's horrible. But all this stuff is starting to get exposed. The $100 million that was raised from the fire program, you guys that watch that, the concerts and all the people sing and everybody that stepped forward, all they did was tell us, this is going to go to the fire victims, it's going to go to the fire victims. No, what they did was they gave it to the charities of choice. And the money didn't go to the fire victims. It went to these crazy lunatic groups. Some of them were just ridiculous, but people that had their houses burned down didn't get the money, guys. That's the worst part. And these are people that lost everything. So this is a story that's not going to go away. You understand that. The homeless money where you have, $24 billion missing from California. Mayor Bass and Governor Newsom have to answer to this. People are tired of being told that all this stuff worked out. This is the same thing in New York City. These politicians, someone has to have their head roll for the, $17 million stolen from the city. People don't care. You understand? It's not my money. I didn't have $17 million stolen from me, Dan. It's the city's money. Well, if you live in New York City, you should be furious. If you live here in California, you should be furious as well. Hey, I want to remind you that we have a private channel called iAllegedly Live. Sign up for today. So many of you have. It's fantastic. It's private. It's uncensored. And last two stories. Q-Link Wireless. This is a story sent to me by Dr. Marvin. This is fantastic. Remember the Obama phone program? Good old President Obama, where people got free cell phones? Well, with free cell phones come people stealing from the program. Israd Arhad went out, and he's going to do 5 years in federal prison because he stole $1.5 million from the program. Overcharging, billing, shenanigans, okay? So again, congratulations. Again, you sit there and you give people free stuff. You get to sell the phones, you get to bill them, you get to make the money on that. No, let's make fake invoices and do things like that and steal it. Laura from Connecticut sent me a great story, and I'm going to end this video with this. This goes back to the theft. Think about this. Your data is solid gold. There was a multi-state bank fraud that was conducted from Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts, Rhode Island. Yeah, I got them all. And the problem was that people would steal people's personal data. Dan's name, Dan's phone number, Dan's social, and personal information that you would give a bank. Then they would contact people's bank and have a bank employee on the inside, and they would disable alerts on your account. And again, I'm telling you guys, I was at a birthday party over the weekend, and I said, oh yeah, I'll buy those people a round of drinks. And they give me the bill, which was under $30, and then I get charged $80, and ding, I get this on my phone because I have the phone set up on the alert, and I'm like, what's this? Oh gosh, I made a big mistake. Let me cancel that for you. Now, if I wouldn't have had that, guys, when would I have found it out? When I got my statement a month later? So this type of stuff happens all the time, but millions of dollars was stolen, and these people face 5 years in prison for this. So I'm telling you guys, protect yourself, watch out. The bad guys are out there. They're just not stopping, okay? They're not stopping. Get the VPN too, okay? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You want to get a hold of me, it's hello@iallegedly.com. Onward and upward, guys, and I will see you very soon.